In the previous module, we have discussed Thomson's model of atom, and according to this model, we know that the positive charge is spread over the entire atom and the electrons are embedded in it. Let us now consider the next model of atom, that is Rutherford's model of atom. Rutherford was interested to know how the electrons are arranged in an atom. So he designed an experiment. This experiment is known as Rutherford's gold foil experiment or alpha ray scattering experiment. Now, what is this experiment? Fast moving alpha particles were made to hit or fall on a thin gold foil. Alpha particles were made to hit a gold foil. Now, why did he select gold foil? It is because he wanted as thin a layer as possible. So it is for this purpose that Rutherford selected gold foil in his experiment. Next, you should know what are alpha particles. Alpha particles are doubly charged helium ions. So alpha particles carry 2 units of positive charge. They are doubly charged helium ions. What is the charge carried by alpha particles? 2 units of positive charge. They have mass equal to 4u. So charge carried by an alpha particle is 2 plus and the mass of an alpha particle is 4u. As a result of this experiment, it was expected that alpha particles would be deflected by the subatomic particles in gold foil or in gold atom. We know that alpha particles carry 2 units of positive charge and subatomic particles like protons and electrons are present in an atom. According to Thomson's model, we know that the positive charge is spread over the entire atom. So what was the expectation? Alpha particles would be deflected. Why it was expected that the alpha particles would be deflected by the subatomic particles? Because alpha particles are positively charged and the protons present in an atom, they are also positively charged. So we know that like charges will repel each other. So as a result of this, it was expected that alpha particles would be deflected by which atomic particles, subatomic particles present in an atom? The protons present in an atom. So that was the expectation. It was expected that the alpha particles would be deflected by the subatomic particles or protons present in the atom. But what were the observations of this experiment? It was found that most of the alpha particles passed straight through the foil. Some were deflected by small angles and very few alpha particles appeared to rebound. So these were the observations. Most of the alpha particles did not get deflected by the subatomic particles. Instead, most of the alpha particles passed straight through the foil. So this is not in agreement with Thomson's model of atom. Let's now discuss the conclusions made based on the observations of this experiment. Now consider the first point. Most of the space inside the atom is empty. So it is concluded that most of the space inside the atom is empty. So why such a conclusion was made? It is because most of the alpha particles passed straight through the foil. Since most of the alpha particles did not get deflected, it says that most of the space inside an atom is empty. Now consider the second point. Very few deflected from their path. This was the observation made. So what does this indicate? It indicates that the positive charge of the atom occupies very little space. So this is another conclusion. Positive charge is not spread over the entire atom. Instead, the positive charge occupies very little space. Why such a conclusion was made? It is because very few alpha particles deflected from their path, from their straight line path. Now consider the third point. Very small fraction were deflected by 180 degree. So this was the observation. So what does this indicate? It indicates that all the positive charge and the mass of the gold atom were concentrated in a very small volume. So that is the third conclusion. The third conclusion is that the positive charge and the mass of the gold atom were concentrated in a very small volume. Why such a conclusion was made? It is because very small fraction were deflected by 180 degree. They rebounded. So this shows that the positive charge and the mass is concentrated in a very small region, or it is concentrated in a very small volume. So these are the conclusions. Based upon the observations and the conclusions made in the experiment, Rutherford proposed the nuclear model of atom. Let us now see the various features of this nuclear model of atom. An atom has a positively charged center which is called as nucleus. So one of the features is that an atom has a positively charged center called as nucleus. The mass resides in the nucleus. So it is not that the mass is spread over the entire atom. Instead, mass is concentrated in a region called as nucleus. What is the next feature? Electrons revolve around the nucleus in circular paths. So that is another feature of Rutherford's nuclear model of atom. The electrons revolve around the nucleus in circular paths. Now coming to the next feature, size of the nucleus is small compared to the size of the atom. If we take nucleus and atom and compare the size of nucleus with that of atom, the nucleus will be smaller than the atom as a whole. So that is the next feature. Size of the nucleus is small as compared to the size of the atom. So these are the features of Rutherford's nuclear model of atom.